Hi, and welcome to another episode of Rapid Fire Review, an airsoft gun review show brought to you by the people at pyramydair.com. I'm your host, Barry Goodband.
And I'm Storm Cook, and today we're looking at the King Arms Colt M4A1 gas blowback rifle.
All right, so when it arrives at your house, you're going to open it up and find the rifle itself, a 50-round gas magazine, a pair of speed buffers, and a spare valve blocker, and those parts are included to help you customize the performance of your rifle.
You also get a color manual that's pretty explanatory and really nicely done. An unjamming and cleaning rod, doesn't jam anything, and a speed loader with this adapter here that just makes loading up these magazines a little bit easier.
All right, well, without any more ado, let's take it over the range and see how she performs.
I can't wait.
All right, so we've got this M4A1 out here on the range. We're going to put it in the chronograph and see what kind of stats she gives us. We're using 0.20 gram BBs today.
Yep.
And let's see what kind of feet per second we've got.
498, 495, 469, 495, and 495.
Yeah, I think that 65, I might have bounced off the side there, but that's
a hot smoker.
Yeah, that is really smoking hot there.
All right. Full auto time?
Yeah, let's see what kind of rounds per second we've got.
Okay. Oops, went too far. There you go. 14.1. Ooh.
That spits them out. Ooh. That spits them out, and that's got a great feeling on the recoil to that. I envy you your opportunity to shoot it downrange at the target here.
I hear you.
But what we're going to do right now is we're going to step aside. We're going to change out this valve blocker to the lower FPS one. We'll be back in just a second. All right, so we're back now. We've got our new valve blocker inserted, and we're going to put it on the chronograph and see what kind of performance there is. All right, we'll go to semi-auto here. And see what we got.
406, 380, 396, 400, 367.
All right.
Still good.
Yeah,
good
absolutely.
Numbers, but a lot lower.
Yeah, good competitive numbers there, and you know that's gonna be a great option to have if you want to go to a field that's maybe got a little bit lower FPS limits. You're gonna have that option to change that part and take it wherever it needs to go. Now for the fun bit. Yep, we're gonna hand her over to Storm here. See what kind of performance we get from that target.
Okay. We're shooting at a target 30 feet away.
All right. Hey, not bad there, Tex.
Yeah, it has a bit of kick. I like that.
You had a nice group going until you hit those two bullseyes.
Yeah, it was real nice.
Yeah, that shoots good and straight.
Let's see how it does on full auto, huh?
Yeah, we've been waiting. Let's see it. Wow. Oh. All right. Woo. Yeah, that thing's got a real good bark to it. I like the sound that this gun makes. This thing's got an attitude problem. I mean, it's liable to come over to your house and kick your dog if you're not careful. Really, that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it has a nice kick to it, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't wait to give it some final thoughts and wrap it up here.
All right, let's take it out.
So Barry, what'd you think of the Colt M4A1?
Well, you know, overall, I thought, the exterior of this gun is very similar to most M4s.
Yep.
It's got all the basic trappings, your collapsible stock, your removable carry handle here if you want to put an optic or something like that on here. But the cool stuff with this gun, the fun stuff, is really what's going on inside. And one of the things I want to demonstrate to you guys is the ease and simplicity with which you can break this open and keep it clean. And that starts just with pulling your pin back here, and it comes out very easily by hand. You don't need any tools or anything like this. And that pin locks into position there. It's not going to fall out and get lost on you. Then this whole thing opens up very easily and allows you access to all the interior parts here. And I can't stress to you guys at home enough that these gas blowback systems, they've got a lot of interior moving parts. It's very important to keep this clean and well lubricated with a silicone-based product. Never use a petroleum-based product in your airsoft guns of any kind, as they will degrade the plastic seals and your other rubber components. And you'll
not even olive oil?
No, not even olive oil.
Just kidding.
But yeah, it really is very simple, to break down and clean, and that's a very cool option to have.
Well, I want to talk about the internals as well, because this thing is a monster. It's a beast. It shot close to 500, and that's the most powerful airsoft weapon I've shot that isn't a sniper weapon. I was just really incredibly impressed by this. It has a real nice kick, it has a recoil, it had that sort of mil-sim kind of, ooh, get in your face and fire this yummy beast.
Yeah, it definitely has a bark to it. I mean, the sound of this rifle alone is going to put people's heads down.
It had good accuracy, had a nice rate of fire for a gas, you know? I mean, I was really impressed. It's just this is a fun gun to shoot.
Yeah, excellent rate of fire for a gas blowback system. And it's very, very cool of them to add these extra parts here so that you can customize the performance of your rifle. You know, maybe you want to dial your FPS back a little bit.
Sure.
Or you know, you want to dial your rounds per second back a little bit. And that will, you know, reduce some of the wear and tear on your internal components. However, you know, if you want to rock and roll, you can dial that thing right up there and be spitting out a very respectable rate of fire. I also really like this manual that they provided. It's got some great color pictures, and it walks you through step by step all the procedures for customizing the performance on this gun. It's a very, very good manual and very, very handy.
Let's talk magazine for a second. This is a 50-round magazine. You can fill it up with, I mean, you have to fill it up with gas, and this has enough gas in it to fire all 50 rounds through the barrel. That's a real nice thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you do not want to try to reload one of these in the middle of a firefight. You're going to want to have some spare magazines.
Yeah, you definitely want to pick a couple spare magazines up.
But it has a nice heft to it. It feels nice and solid. It's just a nice part of the whole weapon. This was a thrilling weapon to fire.
This is a good solid package here. You know, we've had, you know, this is one of the first guns in a while that we've had on the table that I don't know if the guys at Pyramid are getting this one back right away. I think I'm going to have to hold on to it. We got a game coming up this week, and
what do you mean you get to hold on to it?
well, you know, we can hand it back and forth.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I think that we've had enough fun for one episode, but you guys keep your eyes open because we'll be back in the near future. We'll have another cool gun on tap from pyramydair.com. But until then, I'm your host, Barry Goodband.
And I'm Storm Cook, and if you want to reach us, you can do so at rapidfirereview at pyramydair.com or at Pyramid Air's Facebook page.
And one more thing I have to remind you guys before we go, especially with this weapon here, airsoft guns are realistic copies of actual firearms. So always play safely, act responsibly, and we'll see you guys out there.
Do not remove the federally required orange marking from your gun. Treat airsoft guns the same as firearms. Assume a gun is loaded, even if you know it's unloaded. Never shoot at someone who isn't wearing proper eye protection. Never brandish your gun in public, and always transport it in a case. Do not point an airsoft gun at anyone as a joke. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Do not use airsoft guns to shoot at, discipline, or injure animals. Know the laws regarding airsoft guns and their use.